te Vasudevaya. Tasmai namo bhagavate. Tasmai namo bhagavate. Yah idam swayena rochisa. Ya idam swena rochisa atmastham vyanjayam asa atmastham vyanjayam asa sadharmam patumarhati sadharmam patumarhati. Word by word translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tasmai, unto him, Namah, obeisances, Bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead, Ya, who, Idam, this, Swena, by his own, Rochisha, effulgence, Atmastham, situated in himself, Vyanjayam, Asa, has manifested, Sah, he, Dharmam, religion, Patum, for protection, Arhati, may kindly do so. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, who by his own effulgence, while situated in himself, has manifested this cosmos. May he also protect religion for all goodness. Yeah. So now you know what Marichadi Rishi are saying in this verse. So with that mood, in the same mood, we also pray, because we are already fallen down and we can further fall down. Yeah. So with that mood, let's pray to the Supreme Lord. Please, maybe Prabhuji, you want to recite? 3. Tasmai namo bhagavate ya idam swayam rochisa atmastham vanjayamasa sadharmam patumarhati. Tasmai namo bhagavate ya idam swena rochisa atmastham vyanjayam asa sadharmam patumarhati. Tasmai namo bhagavate ya idam swena rochisa atmastham vanjayam asa sadharmam patumarhati. Thank you, Prabhuji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. Please hear. Lust for sexual intercourse is so strong that it appears herein that Brahma could not be dissuaded from his determination in spite of appeal by his great sons like Marichi. Therefore, the great sons began to pray to the Supreme Lord for the good sense of Brahma. It is only by the grace of the Supreme Lord that one can be protected from the allurement of lusty material desires. The Lord gives protection to devotees who are always engaged in His transcendental loving service, and by His causeless mercy, He forgives the accidental fall of a devotee. Therefore, sages like Marichi prayed for the mercy of the Lord, and their prayer was fruitful. Srila Bhaktivedanta purports ki, let's do Manglacharan and then we will discuss. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Savadhetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bha Evacha Patita Nam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhuter mahadbhir yayma puro vibho Nirmayashete yadamusha purusha Bhumte gunansho dashatmakam Solank srashta Bhagavan vachamsi me Shri Krishna sharanam Sharanagatam Katha amritam Satat pibatam Bhakti Vedanta Marga Panthanam Sarvalok Rishi Deva Janma Prasannam Sarvalok Rishi Deva Janma Prasannam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji, I thank you very much and I seek your blessings that may the right words come at the right time and that I am truly really able to glorify our Acharyas, our Parampara and Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. So, as I said, Marichi Adi Rishi, they tried to persuade Brahmaji that he should not indulge in this act. This is the most abominable act. Yeah? Being a father, you are chasing your daughter. This is the worst part. Yeah? Once Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan and they were on a morning walk. As they were on a morning walk, they get near those, outskirts on the roadside. There was a little muddy water. And suddenly a pig comes out of that muddy water and he starts running on the road. And as he's running out, then Srila Prabhupada stops and he has a good laugh. And then he stops, and then the disciples who are walking with Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada talks to them. And Prabhupada tells them, what is that library in New York? He mentions the street, 42nd Street or something. And he said, in that library you have thousands and thousands of books. And all those books are about how to have sex, how to enjoy sex, how to get pleasure out of sex, how to develop your psychology, etc. So much about sex. And then Prabhupada told his disciples, look at this pig. Has he read any book? No. He can have better sex than you. Right? So if you want to enjoy that, if you have that tendency, you will become a pig in your next life. Yeah? So that is how abominable this act is. Yeah? I mean, there are some guidelines. If you look at it from a normal creature's perspective, so just to put some perspective into this again, it is said that this union of male and female, yeah. So as per your consciousness, other way, this is the most degraded act, and this is also the most strong urge. So this is how it is put forward. And most degraded, if you look at it, as you are going up, as your consciousness is going up, so this tendency reduces. Yeah? If you look at for example, pig, dog, or the lower species of life, they have many, many offsprings. Like pig would have 12 piglets, and they would have maybe once a year, or once in 6 months. Similarly, dogs, you look at the insects, sometimes they will lay so many eggs in one time. Yeah? But as your consciousness goes up, as you get to the level of human beings, yeah, then once in a year or after 9 months is the considered that sort of window. But as you keep going up to the higher planetary systems, then this tendency reduces to have children through the union. As you are going up, you go to the heavenly planets, hardly 1 or 2 children, not just like, and as you go further up, so there is a purpose, right? And they can even, like Brahmaji, he created mind-born. So this physical union, this is considered to be the most lowest, yeah, but it is the very strong. That's why Rupa Goswami says, Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam. Yeah? Jivva vegam udaro past vegam. Past, yeah? The genital, that urge. Yeah? Now in this scenario, Brahmaji, Brahma's post, let's see. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, A Brahma Bhuvana Loka. A Brahma Bhuvana Loka. That from the lowest planet to the Brahma Lok, yeah, they have to come back and they have to take another birth. Yeah? But Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. Yeah? So up to the level of Brahma they have to come down. When Lord Shiva, in the 4th canto, this pastime comes, when Lord Shiva is preaching to Prachetas, when he met them, so Lord Shiva is telling them, how one becomes Brahma, how you get the post of Brahma, first of all. Let's understand the importance of that post and then see, where do we stand. So Lord Shiva is telling them, first he tells them that Vasudevam Bhagwantam Prapanna Sa Priyo me. So he tells them and then he says, whoever has surrendered to Vasudev, Bhagavan, Prapanna as in surrendered, they are most dear to me. So he makes that Lord Shiva. So if there is any doubt, so Lord Shiva himself is saying that whoever has surrendered to Vasudev, they are most dear to me. And then he says, Swadharma nishtha shatjanma bhipuma virinchitam eti tata param hima avyakritam bhagavatoth vaishnavam padam yathaham vibudha kalatayai. So Shivji is now telling prachetas that swadharma nishtha shat janma bhipuman. A living entity for shat is in 100. For 100 births, if a living entity is situated in his prescribed dharma. If you are a brahmachari, you follow the brahmachari rule. Next life, if you are a grahastha, if you get a human body, then you follow the rules of your grahastha life. If you are vanprasth, brahmachari, sannyasi, whatever, but in 100 lives. And that also means 100 consecutive human lives. But there are 84 lakh, 8.4 million species. It may be possible you are a human being in this life and then you go for a tour, detour, if we can say. And then you come around and come back human being again. So the condition is 100 births, 100 human births, consecutive human births, if you follow the rules of your ashram, swadharmanishta shatjanma bhipuman, then virinchitam eti, then you become qualified to get the post of Brahma. Brahma is a Jiv Tattva. Even you can be, any of you can be Brahma, or you could have been Brahma in your previous life. So you qualified to become Brahma. Then Lord Shiva says, Tatah param himam. If after going to Brahma Loka, if you perform your job duties properly, or if your austerities are even greater than that, then you could become Shiva. This is Lord Shiva speaking himself. Tatah param himam. After that, you can become to Shiva, or if you perform austerities even better, then you could become Lord Shiva. Yeah? And then he says, avyakritam, and then the next step, Lord Shiva says, avyakritam bhagavato ath vaishnavam. However, if avyakritam, if uninterrupted, without any interruption, bhagavato ath, if you are worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he says, Vaishnavam Padam. Then you become qualified to go to Vishnu Loka or Vaikuntha Loka, or you may even go back to the Golok Vrindavan. Yeah? Golok Dham you can go. Then you become qualified. And then he says, Yatha Aham. Like me. Lord Shiva is putting himself into that category as well. That like I go, Vibudha, Yathaham, me and all the demigods, Brahmas, all the exalted personalities, Kalataye, at the end of the time, at the end of the millennium, at the end of the Kalpa. So whenever that time comes, so that is how, Prabhuji, you get to the post of Brahmaji. Now that Brahmaji is chasing his daughter. Think of it. He wants to have a sexual relationship with his daughter. And not just that. Just before this, in the 9th chapter, so this is 3rd canto, 12th chapter. In the 9th chapter, when Brahmaji is about to start the creation, before he starts the creation, he is praying to Supreme Personality of Godhead. The creation hasn't begun. He is praying to the Supreme Lord, and he is feeling pity for the people who are involved in the bad karmas. He is saying, Loko vikarma kushale pramata, Loko vikarma nirata kushale pramata, Karmanyayam tvadudite bhavadarchanasve, Karmanyayam tvadudite bhavadarchanesve, Yastavadasya balavan iha jivitasham, Sadyas-chinanti nimisha tasmai namaste. So Brahmaji is saying, before he starts the creation, he is praying to the Kal. He's praying to the Supreme Lord and he's saying, my dear Lord, that loko, in this lok, so in the previous kalp, during his previous day, so Brahmaji has already experienced. This is after the pralaya, he is about to create. So think of it like a father, he is worrying about us. So he is saying, in this lok, my dear Supreme Lord, the people who are involved, vikarma nirata. You understand the vikarma means? So there are 3 types of karmas. One is karma, akarma and vikarma. Karma means we are performing our actions as per shastric injunction, but they are binding. Vikarma means we are performing our actions not as per shastric injunction, which is called kukarma or vikarma, which are sinful activities. And the third is called akarma. You are doing karma as per shastric guidance, but without any attachment. That means akarma. So it is not binding, it is non-binding. So here Brahmaji is saying, vikarma nirata, that my dear Lord, people who are engaged, who are performing all these sinful activities, even though you yourself have prescribed bhavad archane swe, you have yourself prescribed the duties that the actions have to be performed to pray to the Supreme Lord. Yeah? As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, aham sarvasya prabho, everything emanates from me. Yeah? Ma me viye prapadyante. Maya me tam taranti te. So, my dear Lord, you have already prescribed these duties, these activities, but these people who are involved in this bad karmas and they think kushle, they think they are very expert in performing these activities, but at the same time, their desire to live is so strong. Balwan iha jivita asham. They are making all these plans, or they will be making all these plans. And then he says, my dear sir, dear Lord, that sadyas chinanti. All of these plans within a moment, nimisha, with the blink of an eye, all these plans are cut to pieces. So he's praying before the creation. He's asking for the mercy. As a father, as a Supreme Father, he is asking for Supreme Lord's mercy because he knew we are all going to engage in these activities. And then he says himself, he says, Yasman vibheti ahamapi dviparardhadishtam adhyasita sakala loka namaskritam ya. Te pe tapo bahusavo varurutsamana. Yeah. So he is saying, my dear Lord, even I am afraid of that kal. I am scared of that kal. Yasmad bibhemi ahamapi. Myself is scared of that. Even though I live for dviparardh. Dviparardh means his 100 days. So one is called 50. So his 50 days is like one parardh, and another 50 is another parardh. So he's saying dviparardh. Even though I'm going to live for two parardh, as in like, if you work out the number of years, that's trillion of years. He's saying I'm going to live that long. But even then I'm scared. And not just that, my dear Lord, sakal lok namaskritam yat. The heads of all the lokas, all the planetary systems, they come and bow down to me. So he's being, so this is, you can say, a sign of humbleness, a sign of realization. That even though I'm so strong, even though I'm going to live so long, and all the leaders of all the planetary systems, they come and bow down to me. But my dear Lord, tepe tapo bahu saro. Yeah. I am performing these austerities again and again to protect myself. And he mentioned Ruru. Ruru is one of the hells. Yeah, out of 32 hells, Ruru is one of the hells. And there, Ruru is a type of, like a snake type. It bites. So when we are put into that Ruru, roar of Narak, roar of hell. So when you go there, that he bites. So we get a Yatna Sharir. Excessive pain. Brahmaji is saying, even though I'm in this position, even though I'm going to live so long, but my dear Lord, I still pray. I'm still performing all these austerities. Tasmai namo bhagavate dhimakhaya tubhyam. So he says, tasmai namo. I bow down to you, my dear Lord. Dhimakhaya. You are the like you are the supreme person who all the sacrifices are offered to you. Makh as in sacrifice. You are the adhisthata of all the sacrifices. I bow down to you. So the point is Brahmaji, who is in that strong position. Brahmaji, who becomes Brahma, who gets Brahma's post. Even after so much endeavor, Prabhuji's, if he can fall down, then what is our position? That is something we need to contemplate. We need to think about it. Like I said last time, these sessions, or these discussions, it is not an academic, for purpose. It is for realization, for us to go and put ourselves into that position and then think about it. Yeah, someone like Brahmaji, he can fall down. He is praying before he starts the creation in the 9th chapter, and just by the time we reach 12th chapter, he sees his daughter, and there he is. See, that is how strong the Maya is. That's why it says that Krishna Bahirmukha Jeev Bhogwancha kare nikatastha mayatar jhapatiya dhare. Yeah? Krishna Bahirmukha Jeev. The moment or the Jeev who is turned away from Krishna. Bhogwancha kare. You just have to think about. The moment you think about a bhog, the Maya just is going to grab you. You don't have to even get to that bhog. Just the thought of the bhog, the Maya will take you. Yeah. The Maya will just grab you. You won't have. Yeah. Now another pastime, Gajendra pastime. Gajendra is praying. When Gajendra is trapped, he recalls, how an elephant gets caught? Elephant is caught. People who are sitting on the elephant, they are called Mahavat. Who is controlling the elephant. Yeah? So how they trap an elephant is also very much sexually inclined. Yeah. They get mad, elephant, during their season, during the mating season, they get mad. So to catch an elephant, the people, what they do is they actually dig. They dig a hole in the jungle. They dig a hole in the jungle and they put grass on top of it, and then they put a dummy she-elephant on other side of the hole. And they start making some sounds. And the elephant thinks there is a she-elephant there. He comes running. As he gets closer, he falls into the ditch, and he stays into the ditch they keep him there for 30, 40, 60 days. Don't give him anything to eat. And then slowly they start giving him something. And when the person who is giving him something to eat, the elephant thinks he is my master. And then they get him under the control. And then that same person, one man, he takes elephant around in the cities that we see in the cities. You go, children clap and they bow down to elephant, some people, etc. So many things. Then they become a show elephant. So to that extent, elephants are, kamuk. Kamvasna. So when Gajendra was there, so Gajendra is now praying to the Supreme Lord. And Gajendra says, Jiji vishe naham iha muhyakim. Antar bahischa avrit ibhayonaya. When Gajendra realized, then he's praying to the Lord that, my dear Lord, I don't want to live. I don't want to live in this body. And then as if, in the first line he's saying, I don't want to live. And then the next line as if somebody is asking, why do you don't want to live? And he says, I don't want to live because this body, antar bahis cha vrat ibhayonaya. In this yoni, in this body, inside it is covered with ignorance, and outside also it is covered with ignorance. What is the use of this body? What will I do by living in this body? I don't want to live. Yeah? And then he goes on praying, and then he recalls the senses. Yeah? And when he's praying, and then he says to the Lord, and then he's saying to that, Namo namastu bhyamasayya vega Shakti Trayaya Khiladhi Gunaya Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye Kad Indriyanam Anvapya Vartmane. So now Gajendra is realizing, and then he says to the Lord that, my dear Lord, Namo Namastubhyam Asayya Vega. He says, my dear Lord, I am praying to you because you are the master of the senses. And he mentions the word Vega. The urgency is uncontrollable. Asayya, uncontrollable, unbearable urge of the senses. Yeah. But he says, my dear Lord, Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye. You can protect them. Pala as in Palak, as in protect, look after them. People to whom? Who are surrendered to you. See, now we are getting to the next point, that yes, these senses are powerful. These are uncontrollable, unbearable. Right? Then how do we control it? So Gajendra ji is saying that, my dear Lord, Prapanna Palaya Duranta Shaktaye, who are completely surrendered to you, you will be able to protect them. Because Kad Indriyanam, those whose senses are blunted, Anavapya Vartmani, on this marg, on this path of devotional service, they cannot attain you. People whose senses are blunted, but those who are surrendered to you, they can protect you. There is a very nice pastime in Ramayana. You know how Lord Ram, the reason for Lord Ram's appearance? Naradji. Once Naradji was in the Himalayas, he was performing those penances. And as he was performing the penances, then Indra got worried. And Indra thought that maybe Narad is going to come and take my post. So Indra then sends Kamdev. He sends Kamdev. So if at all any time you get bewildered or we get attacked, then think there is Maya. Maya is trying to attack, or some, you know. So this is one of the Adi Devik. You know, there are three types of miseries. Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmik. Yeah. Adi Devik is Daiv, which you cannot control. Yeah. So Indra sends Kamdev to Naradji, and Kamdev is shooting arrows at Naradji. Naradji realized that Kamdev has come to disturb my austerity, disturb my tapasya. Naradji was unmoved. And after he was unmoved, then he defeated Kamdev, he completed his tapasya, and then he got up and he realized what Indra was trying to do. Then Naradji goes back. He goes back, and as he goes, he meets Lord Shiva, and he tells Lord Shiva, "How are you, my dear brother?" And they greet each other. And then Naradji starts telling Lord Shiva how I defeated Kamdev. So Lord Shiva could feel that Narad is a little bit puffed up. He got a little bit puffed up, so then Lord Shiva told Naradji, okay, you have spoken to me, but don't go and tell this to anyone else. And definitely not to Vishnu, Lord Narayan. Then guess what? Naradji straight away go to Vishnu Lok. He goes to Vishnu Lok, and Lord Narayan, Bhagwan Narayan stands up and he welcomes Naradji. He says, "Oh Narad, how are you? Where have you been so long? It has been a very long time," etc., etc. Because Lord could read Narad's mind. So he tells Narad, how are you? Been a long time. And Narad then starts talking to the Lord. And he explains the whole pastime, his own pastime. How I defeated Kamdev. And then the Supreme Lord realized that he has got some ahankar. And as Narad leaves Vishnu Lok, as he goes, then he sees a beautiful city. Yeah? He sees a beautiful city and he enters into the city. As he enters into the city, now there the king's messengers, the security guards, they just greet him and then they take him to the palace. They take him to the palace and the king offers a nice seat to Naradji, and he tells Naradji that, Narad, you have come at the right time. My daughter, her name is Vishwa Sundari, Miss Universe. Yeah. My daughter is Miss Universe, and we are looking for we are going to have a Swamvar ceremony. Swamvar is where she will choose her husband. And you have come at the right time. Please check the, fortune, or what they call, the future. Please check the future of my daughter. And as Naradji sees the daughter, the moment daughter comes, Naradji sees the daughter, and then Naradji's mind changes. Naradji looking at her hand, but Naradji starts thinking, how can I win her over? See, how can I win her over? You know that another famous pastime, Haridas, Mahaprabhu, how he chastised him. In the Antelila, you read that. Yeah? Mahaprabhu is saying, Durvar indriyo kare vishaya grahan. Durvar indriyo kare vishaya grahan. Yeah? And then he says that Hare Durvar indriya kare vishaya grahan Daravi prakriti hare munerapi man. Yeah? Durvar indriya kare vishaya grahan. So Durvar is the senses which cannot be controlled. Kare vishaya grahan. As the senses, they get the sense object. They just look at the sense object. Eyes, the object is what you see. As the senses look at the object, then Mahaprabhu is saying, doesn't matter what it is. Daravi prakriti, even if it is a wooden doll. Even a wooden doll, hare munerapi man. Somebody who is so advanced in the devotional service, a muni, his heart is also gets enchanted by looking at a wooden doll. To that extent, Mahaprabhu has, when he chastised Haridas Thakur. And then he goes on to say, Shudra, Sab Shudra Jeev Markat Vairagya Kariya. Sab Shudra Jeev Markat Vairagya Kariya. Yeah? And then Indriya, Indriya Charana Bhuli Prakriti Sambhashya. He says all the Shudras, people who have nothing. For example, if I say, oh, today I'm becoming a denounced. Well, what is the point? My age is gone. I'm an old man. I can't do nothing. I have nothing to give up. And if I go and announce to the world, oh, I'm a renunciate from today. What is the point? The real renunciate are young people, young brahmacharis, who have controlled the urges. Right? They are the one who have to struggle. What is about me? An old person, if he says, I'm renouncing today, it is like a lion. If he says, lion becoming in old age a vegetarian, because he can't hunt anymore. You know how a lion dies? They don't show it on TV, but a lion, when he's old, he's abandoned by his own tribe, his own wife, his own children. They just abandon him. His tummy is, almost like, as in like falling down, all too skinny. And he can't hunt anymore. He just dies so much, I would say, so painful death. And at that time, if he says, now I'm a vegetarian, because he can't hunt. Yeah. So that's what Mahaprabhu is saying is that Saba Shudra Jiva, all the Shudra Jiva, if they announce, but they become renunciate, what do? Indriya Charana Bhuli, Prakriti Sambhashya. They want to have intimate conversation with the opposite sex. For that purpose, they become renunciate. To that extent. And Mahaprabhu, when he abandoned, or when he told his servant Govinda that please tell Haridas Thakur not to come here again. Haridas Thakur was fasting for many days. Chota Haridas, sorry. Thank you, Prabhu. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah, Chota Haridas was fasting for many days. And Mahaprabhu said, tell him not to come in front of me. And then Prabhu kahe mora vash nahi mora man. Yeah? Prabhu kahe mora vash nahi mora man. Yeah? And then he says that Prakriti Sambhashi Vairagi na kara darshan. My man is not in my control, but a Vairagi person, If a renunciate is having an intimate conversation with Prakriti, with a woman, then I don't even want to see him. Yeah. To that extent. Yeah. And we say we are in that parampara, right? Right? We are Gaudiya Vaishnava, we are in that parampara, we are following Mahaprabhu's teachings. Yeah. So this is very dangerous out there. So Naradji, he got bewildered. And he started thinking, how can I marry this girl? See, Narad, who is Virakta Nam Shiromani. When Sanat Kumar see him, they address him, Aho Narad Dhanyosi Virakta Nam Shiromani. You are the topmost in the renunciate. And that Naradji now start contemplating, how can I marry? And then he goes to the Supreme Lord and he says, my dear Lord, please give me your roop. Give me your roop so that I am good looking like you. And then he addresses the Lord as Hari. And Lord said, okay. So he said to him, okay. And then Narad goes, he's sitting in that ceremony. And the Vishwa Sundari, the Miss Universe, she is coming around with the garland in her hand. And Naradji starts jumping up and down. That it is my turn. I've got Hari's roop. I'm as beautiful as Vishnu. So she's going to choose me. Yeah. And then she goes and she just looks at Narad and she says, ooh. And she goes to next person and garlands the next person. Now as Naradji is sitting there, then there were also 3 Lord Shiva's servants were also there in that assembly. And they were also laughing at Narad. And then Narad thought, no, earlier they were pushing Narad. Oh, you are the one. You are the most handsome person. She is going to garland you. You are going to be the, groom, bridegroom, etc., etc. And then as she garlanded the person next to Naradji, then Naradji thinks maybe something wrong. And then Narad goes and looks into the mirror. And then he sees his face was like a monkey. Because he prayed for Hari to give the roop of a Hari. Hari also means monkey in Sanskrit. Hari also means lion. So Lord said, okay. So he was given monkey's face. And then as Narad was leaving that place, he goes back and then on the way he meets that same girl, but this time that same girl is with Lord Vishnu. And Narad starts cursing Lord Vishnu. He gets so angry. What do you think who you are? You are the most intelligent person. You can do anything you like. He said, you even fooled the demons. During the churning of the ocean, you fooled those demons. See, now he's taking the side of demons. Now he's fault finding in Lord. He says, you even fooled them. And at that time, you took all the, you took away the nectar. You also took away the Lakshmi with you. You took all the best things with you. What do you think you are? I'm going to curse you now. And then Narad cursed the Supreme Lord. He says, okay, now you have fooled me. You have cheated me by taking the roop of a prince. May you become a prince in the Mrityulok. And then he says, not just that, because of you, my heart is paining. My would-be wife. You have taken away my would-be wife. Your wife will be taken away as well when you go on the earth. And then he says, not just that, I give you another curse. You gave me the face of a monkey. When you go as a prince and when your wife is taken away, you will have to get help from the monkeys only. Only monkeys will be able to help you. You will have to go and ask for help from the monkeys. So Naradji cursed. And the Supreme Lord, he accepted the curse. And the moment he accepted the curse, the Maya was taken away. As the Maya was taken away, now Narad realized, what have I done? Now he's praying, bending, dandavat, etc., etc. And the Supreme Lord said, don't worry. Yeah. So the point here, Prabhuji Mataji, is that if by providence, if by Maya, right, or if Maya even tries to catch you, the Supreme Lord will come and protect you. There was a nice post by my Guru Maharaj, and just yesterday, and Guru Maharaj saying that when a mother is walking, the child is walking with mother. And there is one child who is not walking with mother. If you are not walking with mother and you are running and there is an obstacle, you fell down and you injure yourself. But the Supreme Lord is like a mother for the devotees. If you are walking, the Lord is always holding your hand. Even if there is an obstacle, because He is holding your hand, He won't let you fall down. And even if there is any problem, if something comes, if there is any danger, He will hold you up in His arms. And He will take the attack on Himself. Like in this case, he was happy to accept Narad's wrath. He was happy to accept Narad's curse. For whom? For Narad's betterment. Isn't it? As a young child, you also sometimes kick your mother. Or when we are in the womb, very often it is said that you are kicking your mother. But does mother reject you? No. She still looks after you. So that's how Supreme Lord comes and protects you. So in this situation, Prabhuji Mataji, as these Marichi Adi Rishi, they tried to pray, they tried to convince Brahmaji that please don't do this. Please, this is the most abominable act. So finally, when they did not see Brahma moving, then they started praying to the Supreme Lord Himself. Yeah? Shripad Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he in his commentary on this verse, so Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says that, how he interprets this is, so he is saying the mood of Marichi Adi Rishi. So he says, Evam prabodhito api Brahma. Yeah? Evam prabodhito api Brahma na yada prabuddhata. Yeah? In this way, when they persuaded Brahma, prabodhito api, both as in jnana, as in knowledge, as in instructions. In this way, when they were instructing Brahma, when they were praying to Brahma that please, this is not a good thing for you to do. Evam prabodhito api Brahma na yada prabudhyata. When he still did not understand, then what did they do? Tada bhagavat kripam vina kama prakrantena. So then they realized that without the mercy of the Lord, bhagavat kripam vina, without the mercy of the Lord, kama prakrantrena. So this desire, these sexual desires, or these desires, it is said that up to the point of, even if, I mean, there are some instances where, there was one person who was suffering from, he had TB, he had skin disease, everything, right? And I'll just say in short, it is when he was suffering from leprosy and all, and then his wife asked him, what is your desire? I want to serve you. And then it is said that he told his wife that I want to go and have an association with that prostitute in the city. And that wife was so chaste, she actually went and spoke to prostitute. And she told prostitute that my husband, who is suffering from leprosy, he is about to die, but he somehow, I want to fulfill his last desires so that he doesn't have to come back again. And this is his desire. Is there something that you can help with? And she spoke to prostitute, and then prostitute, seeing her chastity, she agreed. She said, okay, bring your husband. And then when the time came to take him, then the wife said to husband, okay, I'm going to carry you. Because he had leprosy, nobody wanted to take him there. Because nobody wanted to take him there, then wife said, okay, I will take you, I will carry you on my back. And then also he put another condition that, but please don't take me during the daytime. Because if people see me going to that house, then they will make fun of me. Then in the night time, the wife carried husband all the way to that place. And as she was carrying her husband, all the way to that place, it is said that, there were some sannyasis who were sleeping on the way. And she fell over because she couldn't see them. And as she fell over, then they cursed her. They cursed her that because of you, our purity, and you have disturbed us. Yeah. And then they cursed her, and then she said, okay, I accept your curse, but only after I come back in the morning. And they said, why? And then she explained to them that this is the reason, because I'm taking my husband to the place of the prostitute. So that is the point, Prabhuji Mataji. Even to that extent, these desires, they don't die by themselves. So here that's what Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad is saying, that vina bhagavat kripam vina prakrantarena. It means time, from life after life, life after life. You know. And then he says, prakrantarena na up shadyati iti siddhant. So this is the siddhant that he is highlighting. Yeah. Iti siddhant te munyo. Those rishis, Marich Adi Rishi, what did they do? Then they realize and they Bhagavantam eva prapadyante iti aha. So that's how Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur interprets. Now we'll just say the whole thing. Basically, he's saying that when they were persuading Brahmaji that please, this is the most abominable act, you should not do this. Even then, when he could not be Prabuddhata, he could not be convinced, he did not understand. Then they realized that without the mercy of the Lord, these desires, these sexual desires, right, they cannot be burnt down. So you need mercy of the Lord. So this is the Siddhant they are highlighting. And for that purpose, they also then decided and started praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So two key points here. One is, if you think by force you can control these desires, it does not work like that. You cannot force it down. You have to channelize it. Yeah? How Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, param drashtva nivartate. Yeah? Param drashtva nivartate. There is a very nice experience, and I'll just conclude after this. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he had invited his parents to visit him. And they came to Mumbai, and then Maharaj took them on a tour, around the place. And as he took them on a tour, then they went to some sanctuary, yeah, where there were some wild animals. So as they went to a sanctuary, there were monkeys there. And Maharaj's mother, she was carrying her wallet or purse. Then the monkey comes and he snatched the purse and he went on the tree. As he went on the tree, Maharaj's mother got very upset and anxious. That because in the purse she had her passport, she had all the things, and they were already like they wanted to go back, and she started telling to Maharaj, "What is this? Where have you brought us? Now we want to go back. We won't be able to go back to India. My passport is in that, etc., etc." Yeah. Then they tried few tricks to get the purse back. It did not work, and then Maharaj said, "What did they do? They got some bananas." They threw some bananas. As the bananas were thrown, monkey threw the purse away and took the bananas and went back. So the lesson from this is, Prabhuji Mataji, you cannot forcibly control these desires. What you need is, you need a higher taste. You need a higher taste. And once you get a higher taste, you know how Yamunacharya, who is guru of Ramanujacharya. So Yamunacharya, he was a king. He was a king. He was a brahmachari, then he became a king. Another very nice pastime, maybe we can discuss some other time. But he became a king. So Yamunacharya, Shripad Yamunacharya, he concludes. He says, Yad avdhi mam chet Shri Krishna padar vinde. Shri Krishna charnar vinde. Yeah? And then he says, what happens? Nav ras dhamani. He says, since the time my mind is connected, is attached to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what is happening is, nav ras, new taste. Nav ras dhamani udayatam rantum asit. New taste is coming. And then he says, tad avdhi. So he's saying yad avdhi, from the time. And then he says, tad avdhi bata. Nari sangame smaranaya mane. At that time, if Nari smarana, if I even the thought of having an association with a opposite sex, a woman comes into my mind, then how he feels? He says, bhavati mukha vikara. Bhavati mukha vikara shishti nishti vanamcha. He says, I feel like, something bad coming into my mouth. Mukh vikar. And I feel like spitting. I feel like spitting on the thought. even the thought of having that association. So that is the the result of getting the higher taste. He was a king. He had all the opulence. But now just because he's got the higher taste, everything has becomes secondary. Yan maithunadi grahe medi sukham itucham. Prahlad Maharaj when he's praying. Yeah. Kandu yayena karayor iva dukh dukkham. So this becomes tuchha sukh. Yeah. Like I said in the beginning, this is the most degrade and this is the most strongest of the urges. Yeah. So there is no way, Prabhuji Mataji, to control it forcibly. Yeah. It's only by the mercy. Bhagavat kripam vina. So this is concluded by Marichi Adi Rishi. That's why I said last time, we need to contemplate on these pastimes. And this is also concluded by, or the interpretation by Chakravarti Pad, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad. Yeah. So we'll just stop here. Yeah. So just to conclude, a few key points. So what we discussed today is, we looked at how powerful the Brahma is. Number one. Yeah. Brahma himself, he's praying before the creation and he's describing Sakala Lokapalan Namaskritam Yad. All the planetary systems leaders come and bow down to him. Number one. Number two, how one gets to the post of Brahma, which is spoken by Lord Shiva himself. Shat Janma Bhi, for 100 lifetimes if you are situated in your dharma. Just by situated in your dharma, but our aim is higher. You don't want to go to, because even if you go to Brahma's lok, what is Lord Krishna saying is, A Brahma Bhuvna Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna. Punar Avartino Arjuna. They have to come back. But Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya Punar Janmna Vidyate. Hey Kunti Putra, but if you attain me, you don't have to take a rebirth. Yeah. So Brahma is so powerful, but even, so how we get to Brahma's position, but even from that position, the downfall is imminent. It can happen. Then the third point that we discuss is that you cannot control this urge, or you cannot control this urge forcibly. Right? It is like the water is flowing this way. If you put a dam here, even if they have a dam, what do? When the water overflows, they open the canals underneath. So think of it like your own desires. You can't just put them against the wall. But if you channel them like this, if you channel them onto the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, yeah, then you have a scope. Otherwise, forcibly we cannot control that. Right? And another example from this is, if you really love someone, if you really care for someone, now what did Marichadi Rishi do? Brahmaji was mad. Brahma had lost it. His sons prayed for him. So if you have any of your loved one, dear ones, from this example you can learn that you can pray for them. You can at least ask for mercy from Supreme Personality. Even though we say that every individual is responsible for their own karmas, but sometime, as Srila Prabhupada said, if Prabhupada said that you can go back, you know how Prabhupada, once he was finishing his lecture and he was going up, he initially said that, even if you are 90%, you can go back. Then I think he said, even if you are 80%, you can go back. And then he got off the Vyasas and he was walking up. As he was walking up, I think he was still thinking. He turned back and he looked at everyone and then he said, even if you are 70%, you can go back. And then he had his chadar. He threw his chadar like this and he went up. So by the mercy of a pure Vaishnava, you can go back. So if we have any trouble ourselves, we recognize the trouble, but we take shelter at the lotus feet or at the feet of a devotee, then there is chance. So still there is scope. So all I'm saying is that there is the risk here. So you know the risk, you know the dangers, no matter how powerful you are, but there is a way out also. Yeah. So these are the various way outs. Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji, we stop here. Yes, Prabhu.
Just when you at the beginning described how the Brahma's post and then what you were saying for Chetas, but then even more elevated you can attain it. But my understanding was it means you come from Maheshta, because this Shiva Tattva
We cannot become Shiva Tattva, yes. Yes. Yeah. So, say it again, Prabhu. When we become.
Because you were saying that you become, but I think it means
Yes, yes, Prabhu, yes. So 4:24-29 is the verse. Yeah, so it's spoken by Lord Shiva himself. Yes, so and Lord Shiva, that as we say, he's not in the material. So he's just outside the material. But Brahma is still material, Jiva Tattva. But yeah, so as per Lord Shiva's statement, you can become that. Sorry, Prabhu, say again. Okay. Let's repeat the question and.
You cannot become Lord Shiva. You can attain to this plan. That's it.
A living being can become Lord Shiva's position is impossible. That's what this question is.
Yes, Prabhu, yes. So that is what I've read in this 4:24-29. So it is spoken by Lord Shiva himself.
No, but he says you can attain me. But he doesn't say you can become me.
No, Tata Param.
It says here you can attain me means we can go to it. Same thing here. You can go to Lord Shiva's abode.
You can go to Lord Shiva's abode, but Lord Shiva is also a post. Lord Shiva is also a post. Lord Shiva is born from the Brahmaji's eyebrows.
But it's just how he feels. But he's not. He's Shiva.
Multiple types of Lord Shiva. Sadashiva is like in the body of the physical world. Whereas Shiva within this material world, which living entities can operate.
Yeah. Yeah, Prabhu. So I think so. The question that Prabhu is asking is that we think we cannot become Lord Shiva, yeah, but I think that's a valid point. So we can attain to his abode, yeah. As you go to Brahma Lok, right? You can become Brahma, but you can go to Shiv Lok. You can attain his abode, right? After you surpass the level of austerities that we perform. So here, the condition that Lord Shiva is saying, Swadharmanishta Shat Janmabhi, right? If situated in your dharma for 100 lifetimes. But if you cross that, Tata Paramhi Mam. If you cross that, then you can come to my abode as well. Yes.
Again, the story which you mentioned, prostitute carrying this investment. So is that stops on that first or close to me, or is there any further?
Yeah, Prabhu, there is. It's a long pastime. So I keeping the time in mind, I did not elaborate on that. But I just wanted to highlight that person, he was suffering from leprosy, and he was about to die, but he still desired to have that association. Yeah. So well, actually, this is. I was saving it for Shri Radha Ashtami, but this is when this is mentioned. This is so Shri Radha Rani, she says, when she says that to that extent, because they were often teasing Radha Rani, that you do man, you get upset with Lord Krishna when he's dancing with other gopis, etc. But in literally, she is so much devoted to Lord Krishna. So she is saying this story that I'm even prepared to do that. To that extent, I'm devoted. I'm willing to serve. Yeah. So this is just an example given by herself. But yeah, so the point is that I just cut it short, to highlight that point. Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji? Yeah. Granthar Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna Prabhu, कैसे?
back to Godhead magazine. Only even more regal, aristocratic and effulgent. He walked, looking straight ahead, quickly followed by devotees, many of whom were still stunned by the shock of seeing their spiritual master for the first time. Some cried, holding their hands together, reverentially in pranams. Bali Madan, with one arm carefully embracing the tightly wrapped deity of Krishna, stood close to Prabhupada's side. Straight behind him, Vagavan carried the deity of Srimati Radharani. Prabhupada emerged from the automatic glass doors into the bright sunlight, bamboo cane in his right hand, while travelling bag in the left. Prabhupada walked purposefully to the waiting vehicle. Might want to fix that up. Booby traps. That's what you pay your basis.
We used to wear saris now.
Pants tripping over my pants.
It's been a little while since I've played this. I haven't played for so long. I'm just playing the tune. I can try to remember. I don't know if it's there. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember now. I've gone blank. Can't remember that tune.